Hello, hi. Today we have Eydis with us, and she has written the amazing book called The Adventure with Friends. Today we'll be speaking with her, getting to know her experience as an author and also, about the book. So, welcome. Congratulations on the book and also on the podcast. Would you please like to introduce yourself?
My name is Eydis Rajkumari and I'm studying in class 4 in Global Indian International School, Bangalore. My hobbies are games, which is includes indoor games and outdoor games. Outdoor games include like um, basketball, football, badminton, swimming, and for indoor games, chess, board games like business, Ludo, Snake and Ladders. And I also really love reading books, and that's how where I get all the ideas where I can imagine how good books can be.
That is great. That is great. So, is this the first book that you have written?
Yes, this is the first book I'm showing to everybody and letting everybody know how the ideas I can imagine.
All right. So, this book, The Adventures with Friends, what is this book about?
This book is about a girl called Hazel and her friends go on amazing adventure and they face so many dangerous objects and how they can reach and how they all embark to a journey.
All right. So how did as you said that, you take all of your inspiration from the books that you read. So what was the
Yes,
inspiration behind writing this particular book?
the inspiration, well, I love to write books and then suddenly my my parents told me about this platform and then I suddenly an idea popped up in my mind. Why can't I share all of my thoughts and stories with everybody? It would be a great idea. And then I started writing a book, and here it comes.
All right. Okay. So as this is your first book, now that you have become a published author, and also you say that, you read a lot of different books. So what kind of books do you usually read? What genre?
I usually read thick books like Goodnight Stories of Rebel Girls and Harry Potter. So both of those two are my favorite books. And Goodnight Stories of Rebel Girls embarks like there are extraordinary women and tell how they face difficult dangerous, but then they still become famous.
Right. Yes. So, when you started writing the book that you have written, did you first, figure out an entire framework of the storyline that you would write, or did you just started writing and then the ideas kept flowing?
Well, I just started writing, and then suddenly this idea came, that idea came, because I really didn't know what to write. Because there were like so many ideas popping out of my mind, and I didn't know which one to choose. So I had to take a long time writing.
All right. Okay. And did you, face any kind of challenges while you were writing the book? If yes, how did you overcome those?
Well, those weren't that many because it was like easy because I had also written so like other books in my notebook, so it wasn't that hard.
So you had an idea of, how to write a book in general.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, if I were to ask you one favorite section or part of the book that you have written, what part would that be?
I would say like the nice view and how did they like when the cyclone appeared, how did they like get away from them?
And is this story, in any way relatable to your personal experiences, or is it all just, your imagination?
Well, I love to go to road trips with my parents, and whenever we go I write how where I'm going and what like I express how do I go, how many people do I meet, and which place, what's the best area of that place, and how did I enjoy there.
Right. That's great. That's great. So, there are many young authors like yourselves who, wish to write books or who aspire to become authors. So if there was one advice that, you could share with those people, what advice would that be?
I would say that if anybody has a dream, they can write it and publish it no matter what gets in your way.
Yes. And how many days did it actually take you to, finish your book?
Well, I guess it took only one day.
Oh, that's
Uh, Wait, 1 minute. It's 10 days actually.
all right. Okay, yes. And did you do any kind of research, about how to write books or, what to put, what not to put? How do you, you should articulate all of the chapters or the storyline?
No, nothing. The idea popped up in my mind.
All right. And did you take any help from anybody to, help you write or figure out the story of the book?
Mm,
Kind of a feedback maybe later.
well, yes, from my parents.
And how did you feel, when you got the first printed copy of your book?
Well, I felt so happy because everybody will know about my ideas and my stories, and finally I can express that how good talented I am in this.
Right, yes. And do you plan on to write any more books?
Yes, a lot.
All right. So, if, you were to try some other genre, what other genre would you like to try writing a book about?
Well, I would try to do some magical adventures and magical stories so that everybody will know that different things can happen even though it's not in a real world.
That's great. That is very great, because I understand that, you're taking your inspiration from Harry Potter, which is like the most important and the best magical or fantasy series out there. I personally love it. So, to write something in the same genre is something, that especially kids would relate to better, and that, we'll be able to share our thoughts in a very creative manner because there's so much to write about. All right, great. And if there's anything else that you would want to share with us. Also, yes, one important question: did you ever think of becoming a published author before you were introduced to the BriBooks platform?
Well, yes.
And now that dream has fulfilled, how does that experience feel like?
Well, I feel so happy and wonderful.
And do you think, this is kind of, I mean, when you share this book with your friends or, your classmates, will this kind of also encourage them to, become authors or start writing a book or maybe something of that sort?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anything that you would want to share with us?
Well, there's also one book called Goodnight Stories as Rebel Girls. It's like extraordinary women. There's one woman called Beatrix Vero. It's like she's one fencer, but then she is fencing without any hands and legs. So
Oh,
like she's like the first wheelchair fencer,
that's great.
and then she's the one who inspired me, and then I got surprised that she can even do that without her hands and legs. It's amazing because she kept on going in her journey no matter how many hurdles came.
So that is also, your inspiration to do whatever you want to do, no matter how many hurdles come.
Yes.
All right. It's great. Great talking to you. I wish you all the best for this book as well. And also, the next books that you would write. I would love to read the books written by you. Have a great day. Thank you for connecting with us. Bye bye.
Bye, thank you.
You're welcome.